Hey, this is Ralph, and in this video I want to do a couple more skills off of the Microsoft Office Excel certification test. So this is a exam MO200, and specifically I want to look at define and reference named ranges. Define a named range and name a table. Those can be pretty handy. So let's see. I've already got a spreadsheet set up for something that I was doing earlier. I'm going to go ahead and make a duplicate of this though. Move or copy to the end. There we go. Now, this worksheet contains a couple of relatively simple formulas using cell references, or ranges, and it also contains some pretty complicated ones using multiple cell ranges. So naming ranges, naming cells, can have a pretty nice advantage. So check this out. I'm going to name these in a couple ways. I'm going to select the range of cells that makes up my grade points 1 up here, and I'm going to use the name box over here in the far left corner, and I'm going to give it a name, grade underscore PTS underscore 1. Can't use spaces in your names. All right, well, what did that really do for me? Well, now I can go to this formula, and instead of having a reference of summing D2 to D14, in fact, here, I'll write it from scratch. Let's see, I'm going to do equals sum parentheses, and now when I select this range of cells, notice that it puts in the name of the range. All right, that's pretty neat. So I'm summing those values, and I'm going to divide them by the count of those values. Now, what if I don't know to select the appropriate things? Well, I'll just press F3 on my keyboard, and that's going to bring up my name box, and I can see, oh, I can just select grade points 1 right from there and pop it in. Closing parentheses, and I get that result. And the formula is a little bit easier to understand by somebody else looking at it. Let's do this again in a slightly different way. This time, I'm going to select this range of cells. Notice that I'm getting the label up there, that top cell, and I'm going to press Control-Shift F3. That allows me to automatically name this range, and I'm going to use the top row value, which is that label right there, as the name. I'm going to click OK, and now that name is going to be part of the system. If I was somewhere else in my worksheet, I can go to my name box, top left corner, and I can choose now grade points 2, and it'll select that range of cells. Notice it's getting the data, not the label at the top. Very cool. Equals average parentheses, I'll press my F3 key, I get my name box, I'll choose grade points 2, there we go, and I'm getting those results once again in a much more friendly way without referencing the cells, literally. Check this out. I'm going to select all 3 of these columns over here. I'm going to press Control-Shift F3. I'm going to name them by their top row, not by their left column, just the top row, and it's going to give me 3 distinctly different ranges based on those names. Now that I have those, I can go to a complicated formula like this one right here, and I can just go through, and instead of referencing I2 to I14, I'll press F3, and I'll make that grade. Instead of J2 to J14, F3, I'll make that grade, or I'll make that the standard points. And then instead of, there we go, I2 to I14, I'm going to make that grade. And instead of K2 to K14, F3, and I'm going to make that the AP points. So this formula is still going to be correct, but now I have much better names in there. I don't have to worry about doing cell ranges and absolute references. Very, very cool. Okay, last but not least, I'm going to select this entire table here. I'm not going to get that last row, though, where I was calculating some GPAs, but I'm going to get this table of data, and on my home ribbon, I'm going to go to Format as Table, and I'll just pick a style that I like that has a header row on there. That looks good there in the blue. It's selecting my range. The box for my table has headers is checked. I like that, so I'm going to click OK. Cool, that looks pretty good. So now this entire table has been named and formatted, and it's given me some pretty nice features too, including some little automatic filters and drop downs. Now, whenever you name cells, name ranges, or name tables, you'll be able to find those in the Formulas ribbon. There's a Name Manager. So I now have names for all of my objects in here, including my new table, which they defaulted to Table 5. I'm going to edit that, and I'm going to change the name over to, well, I'll do TBL as a prefix, kind of like doing that, TBL, and then I'll put in my courses and grades. Excellent. So now, and then I can just click close on here. So now this table is named. One of the nice features though of having an official named table makes it really easy to work with and modify. Check this out. I can insert a new row right under here. Notice it doesn't have the styling of my official table. However, watch this. As soon as I start to put some data in and then tab over, my table is pretty smart now. It understands that I'm probably just adding to that table, and it's filled in some new information. Class name 14. I'll put in a grade of B minus. And it instantly takes in the formulas from the previous row and brings those down. And even better, these cell reference, or this formula down here with the named ranges, the range has been updated to include that new row that I've put in. So it's a lot tougher to make mistakes once you have those named ranges and named tables in your worksheet. So start using that, and thanks for hanging out with me.